So here is my timeline, and we're just going to scroll through because I got into it with like Raj Giri, and I got Conrad and Raj and people. Everyone's responding to you, boy Phil. And I'm cooking on this subject matter. And I think if you disagree with me, that's fine. Like, it's all subjective, right? But let's just start by saying if Cena didn't lose the way he lost, we would not be talking about it, okay? Cena would have won. Triple H would have said, it's a new era. And then you'd have sickos online going, oh, the new era? What, old guys beating the young talent or whatever the fuck? And it would just be a bunch of that garbage. We wouldn't even still be talking about this shit 2 days later. Cena just won. Now, I'm going to rip apart many of these arguments. A lot of these old podcasters, Brian.
Fuck you, bye, boom.
No, I don't even know what Jim Cornette thinks, but a lot of people are giving this fucking vanilla, bland-ass take of, well, it's the old thing. Like, that's an old way of doing business, is losing your last match. No, it's not. Name one person who didn't lose their last match. You guys get what I'm asking? That's a double negative, I think. What am I I don't know. Lex, what's going on? Listen to me. Everybody wins their last match. Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, fucking Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan. Conrad Thompson built a whole event around Ric Flair winning his last match. Sting, fucking, it's not old school. Lou Thez, I think. Bruno Sammartino won his last match. It's not an old school thing to lose your last match. Name someone who fucking did lose their last match. Cena did it because he wanted to do that. So first and foremost, right there, it's like that Ariel Helwani bland-ass take. Oh, that's an old way of thinking about it. Is it really, though? Is it really? Because I don't agree with that at all. I think that, think about it recently, think about all the old-time greats. They all won their last fucking matches. And then people play the game. Well, we don't count this Triple H match, but we count this one over here. Shut up. Okay. Was it on TV? Was it on TV? Because I remember DX winning in Saudi. I remember Triple H beat Batista. I remember he beat Sting. I remember Triple H beat everyone on his way. Everybody wins on their way out. Ric Flair made a whole event so he could win on his way out. Hulk Hogan won on his way out. He won his last match. Fucking Undertaker didn't even lose the Boneyard match. He couldn't even lose like a cinematic buried alive where the grave gets lit on fire. Then he's like in the sky going, or some fucking whatever. They couldn't even give AJ that one. Okay? So everybody wins their last match. It was different for Cena. Like, literally, I've seen people with takes like, oh, everyone, these guys are right. You want Cena to lose his last match, so you just like vanilla ice cream and missionary position sex and all this cringe shit people are coming up with. It's like, no, he did the thing that wasn't the norm. Just because he did it on this stage. Well, Ric Flair in WWE, he lost his last match in WWE, though. Okay, but Cena's not a mark. He's not going to go fucking wrestle in AEW. He's not going to go wrestle on an indie just to get his win back. That's what every single other person did. Sting didn't lose one match. He just fucking went undefeated in a company, didn't even put Darby over. Like, come on, man. This is the best thing for business. When Gunther, remember when Roman beat Undertaker at Mania? People always remember Brock beat Undertaker at Mania. Yes, but Roman also beat Undertaker. And the fucking heat that went on, they booed him for 8 minutes straight. It was 6 or 8 minutes. I can't remember. It was like an even number. It's all I remember. You guys can fact check that. Ask Grok or some shit. They booed Roman for like 6 to 8 minutes straight. And then he just went, it's my yard, bitch, or whatever. Then he dropped the mic and walked out. That was the gangsteriest shit ever. That was the gangster shit Roman ever did. Well, maybe not ever, because then he went on a Hulk Hogan run after. But in that fucking wearing the vest and being shoved down our throats era, that was unreal when he did that. That's what Gunther has now, okay? In the next 3 to 5 years, again, Gunther's going to be the guy. And everyone's like, oh, Jey Uso beat him and shit. Yes, because those are your current superstars. John Cena's gone. So John Cena loses, goes home, and then where does that leave the rest of the business? Sami Zayn and Jey Uso you're going to see on PLEs. Every PLE, every Raw, every SmackDown for the next how fucking long? How many years? Even if it's 3 or 4. Okay? Cena's gone now. So what is he supposed to just take his ball and go home? Just, yeah, I'm going to pin your most dominant champion that you've had in so long. I'm just going to pin that guy and then dip out. That's the most Hulk Hogan shit ever. Everyone wants Hulk Hogan. Or were they just emotionally invested in John Cena? And they're just like, ugh. Like booing and hating people and having heels do heel shit. People are like, and at the end of the movie, the fucking hero dies, right? And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, Infinity, where there's movies where that happens, but it's like, this isn't a movie. This is every single week, it's a new live show. This is comic books, man. You have to relate it to like comic books, okay? You have to. And some of the craziest comic books is like the death of Superman and shit like that. And people go, oh, well, it's after they defeat the villain and shit. No, nope. Wrestling's comic books. It's a never-ending canonical. Every week there's a new volume. There's a new addition to this universe that's ever expanding. And there's a sacred timeline. That's what pro wrestling is. It's not just like an isolated movie that Bruce Willis stars in, where he's got to punch the bad guy in the face. You guys get it? There has to be. It's the same thing like if Twitter was what it was now when Austin joined up with Vince, it would have been the same shit. Austin joined with Vince. Yeah, but look at where the business went since then. I mean, if you look at it overall, pro wrestling's been trending downwards for like ever since the Attitude Era. Yeah, they peaked. WCW got absorbed. So we can play that game, but if you look at like the last decade, WWE's the hottest it's been. Cena did the right thing, passing it to anyone, anybody. It had to be someone who's going to be there the next 3 years and shit. Okay, this isn't Die Hard. This isn't fucking Turner and Hooch. I don't know. I'm reaching for like buddy cop movies, but yeah, it was what it was, and it was. I just thought the whole roller coaster of emotion, and then him smiling, like that's the thing too. So what did people want? Cena to handpick The Miz and then beat him or some shit? Like I don't get it, man. The whole story of like him smiling during the tap out, like Cena and people are like, oh, give up sometimes. It's like, holy shit, man. Go spar. Like, go roll jujitsu once in your life, bro. Like, it's just insane. He did it. The whole thing is, and Shayna Baszler, who, by the way, a shoot fighter, tweeted out, hey, maybe some people don't understand that tapping out isn't always giving up, you know? And the thing with Cena is like his character was he wanted to challenge himself. Like, he didn't give up. He didn't back down. He stepped up to the challenge. He gave it every fucking thing he had in the match, right? They told a story with it. He held a tournament. Who's the best of the current landscape and the next generation? Who is the best of the best? I want to fight them. I don't want to just fight. I could just book myself in any, like, you're going to earn it, right? The whole story they told. And then also people don't appreciate, like, okay, Gunther's going to beat everyone. He's going to retire AJ Styles. He's going to retire Randy Orton. What? He might retire Brock Lesnar. What? He could just be the guy who retires everyone too. And motherfuckers are going to cry about that. No, everyone out, bro. And like, if they don't capitalize on this shit, yeah, then it's an L, just like anything else, man. I just think the reaction to this, and it's a good thing. I'm actually not mad at it. Because, like, you can see hella casuals are, like, involved in the conversation, too. Like, people who just tune into these events. And that's why there's a lot of outrage, because a lot of people tuned in, like, oh, fuck this Cena thing. And then he just loses. And it's funny because a lot of people online gatekeep from fans like that. But then, like, sickos are the most elitist. Fuck casuals. Your commentary on this Cena shit, all the sickos, all of them, the vast majority their opinions align with the casuals on this. And it's just a fact. So it's so funny how that works out as well. And again, oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like 90% of the sickos aren't even operating on real opinions or anything. And that's why, you know. And it's okay if you didn't like it. Someone said to me, they're like, yo, I understand it all. Like, I get it all, but Gunther's a channel switcher for me. And I fucking gave that response a heart on my Twitter. I was like, that's the fairest thing you could say. Is like Gunther just didn't cut the mustard. I'm a cash. I don't see him. Like, he's a guy where it's like, oh, fuck it, I ain't watching Gunther. And he's the one they chose to beat Cena. Boom. I'll take that. That's like a fair fucking, again, that's subjective too, but it's like, all right, the whole execution, the emotion, you're supposed to feel something. And everyone's like, the crowd hated it, bro. The crowd can't, in pro wrestling, the crowd can't 100% always end the night on the good guy wins. Or else, what are we even doing here? Again, go watch a movie. Go watch a feel-good Lindsay Lohan Christmas Netflix fucking movie if you want her to get the fucking old 40-year-old Hallmark-looking motherfucker in the end and you want to see them fall in love and everyone lives happily ever after. You know, this is a show where it's like I explained before. It's like a sacred timeline. Like, it can't always be every show ends the good guy. And it can't end where, okay, well, on TV, but we know at every PLE, the good guy prevails. It can't be that way. It's never been that way. I don't know why people expect, oh, Hulk Hogan in the 80s, Cena. Okay, Hulk Hogan didn't go it that way either. Hulk Hogan also went heel and then flipped back to a babyface after some years. You all cried when Cena did the same thing. Like, there's no pleasing fickle fans, and they are fickle. And here's the thing. If he had a one, no one would still be crying. They would have just been like, oh, whatever. People have been talking about this for days now. 3 days of melties. That's why it went down that way. If Gunther can, can Gunther. You're all talking about Gunther. You're all talking about him. So I think it's working. No? Is Gunther trending? I don't know. Was that shit trending for like 3 days? Gunther's on ESPN and everybody's talking about Gunther now. And he's like trending on YouTube searches and everything. And oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think it's working. We'll see. They're like, it's a new era of Raw tonight. I don't know about all that. That might be just Triple H talking shit, right? It's a new era without Cena, though. He hasn't been there for a fucking while, okay? So he's there on and off as it is. So I don't know what they have planned, but if Gunther comes out and they boo him out the building, oh, the fans hated that too? You fucking dumb mark. So you're supposed to get worked. You're supposed to hate him.
You fucking mark!
And I'm not even looking at chat yet. Sorry. I'm going to look at chat in a second. I just wanted to like get my thoughts off, right? Like, I just wanted to fucking lick a paragraph or two off here about just my feelings overall, I guess, now that we've sat on it and seen the IWC melties and stuff. I'm having fun with it, though. I'm laughing at like how upset people are and how there's just people like, I'll say something like, oh, everyone's talking about Gunther, and then people, incorrect. It's like, what? What are you talking about? And here's the thing, is Braun Breaker not going to be Gunther one day? And like Jacob Fatu versus Gunther? Like, Gunther's facing all the top baby faces in the next 3 years. That's why Cena did this. Because now people are going to want to pay to see fucking Jacob Fatu whoop Gunther's ass, dude. And if they don't, okay, then they fucking don't. Then it backfired. But people are like, you know, and people think, like, I've been saying, like, Cena wanted this. Y'all don't know better than him. Oh, Cena's known for making good decisions. Yes, you fucking cultaholic, what culture, top 10 list watching fucking marks. I fucking get it. You've all heard the same 12 fucking takes on the Montreal screw job, and fucking you've heard John Cena buried the Nexus fucking rehashed into 15 videos. And so that's imprinted in your goddamn mark brains. I get that. But listen, that's one thing. The years he's been on top, he does. So all of that fucking time, he's made more good calls or bad calls to be on the list of people's Mount Rushmores and Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, John Cena. That's how you talk about this guy. So because he made more good decisions, or just the ones that fucking marks in the UK cry about because they fucking cry and are sickos. Before there were sickos, UK fans were the fucking sickos. Love you, my UK fans, or list audience rather. I love all of you guys, but you guys get it. And that's why you listen to PWT, but y'all get it. In the UK, they'll line up around the block to see Dave Meltzer and shit. We've covered it here on the show. Okay? So, like, has John Cena made more good decisions or bad decisions overall? If you had to just put money on it. Come on, guys. Like, come the fuck on. It's just such cope. It's like, no, dude, he wanted to do this was the right thing to do for WWE right now, even if no one else sees it. Even if no one else sees it, man. He loves pro wrestling. He loves WWE. It's why he did that. If he didn't give a fuck, he would just take like all these other guys did. And I love Hogan, I love Flair, I love Sting. They all took. Everybody gave all like this whole Cena run. Meltzer and all these fucking goofballs are like, oh, well, it's WWE. They're just Cena's saying that he's just doing whatever, and WWE's booking this, and they're not making the right call. Bro, Sting literally walked into his last match, and they're like, "You're winning," and he didn't go, "Well, should I not like lose to Darby?" He's like, "No, I just let Tone tell me what to do." No one cried about it. Everybody glazed it as the best fucking booked retirement ever. So it's like, which is it? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Oh, it's good. Well, because Sting's was good. Well, in what way? The match? No one remembers. It's just interchangeable Darby falling through shit match. Be honest. All Sting did was power up and hit a move on everyone. I don't even remember which spots. He had so many matches with people where it was the same thing, and Darby did the same thing. So, no, it's interchangeable the whole time. It was interchangeable. It was just Darby doing stunts, Sting never losing, no selling chair shots and shit. They did that every single show, and it drew 15,000 people, and Tony Khan was fire selling $1 tickets to get people in at the last second. Cena drew 20,000 people who paid like hundreds and thousands of dollars for their tickets, and he did something that we will all never forget. I just don't know how we're even comparing Sting and John Cena's retirements. And I love Sting. A lot of people don't even rate Sting because of his time in TNA and AEW. I do. I think he was so impactful in WCW. It's like Goldberg. If Goldberg never went to WWE, he still would be like, yo, it was fucking Goldberg, you know? Everyone would have loved him still. So, yeah, that's my take on it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, so let's get into some of this shit. So Raj Giri goes, Cena lost and no speech. This is the other thing, too. People saying he should have gave a speech. That fucking sicko AEW Defender. I saw a new one today. AEW Guardian. Whoa, buddies. That's just real sad, you know? But AEW Defender's like, a fucking speech, man. At least a speech. And it's like, bro, go watch Collision, A. Like, I'd be worried about, like, okay, where's that guy crying? Remember this, guys? Bryan Danielson, this is how he retired. Ready? Moxley suffocated him with a plastic bag, finished him by suffocating him with a plastic bag over his head. And then Mox tanked the fucking ratings for AEW for a year straight after that. That's how Danielson retired. Where's any of these people crying about that? Danielson, the biggest, yes, final countdown. Why did Danielson lose to Mox? Because he knew Mox was going to be like their top heel, even though it didn't work for them. No one's, if it works for Gunther, was it working? Did it work for Mox? No. Now, provided it's AEW and they suffocated Danielson with a fucking plastic bag and no one really saw it and no one gives a fuck. And the numbers are imaginary. But it's like he did the same. It's the same fucking thing that Cena's trying to do. Oh, this is your top heel? Well, I'll fucking lose to him then. I'm gone. You know? Or you lose to the top babyface. Either way, he had to lose to somebody. He was either losing to the top babyface or the top heel. We've seen Roman and other people sort of switch sides. Gunther, and I was talking all that shit too. I was like, Gunther's kind of a tweener right now. He's on the verge of like shaking people's hand. I thought he was going to shake Cena's hand and shit. He kind of did. There was a respect thing, but the heat that went on him, I did not anticipate that, which now this is better. Now just run with it. Don't do the tweener. Just run him heel, have him fucking bludgeoning, bloodying, and retiring people and shit. But like nobody even remembers that Danielson got finished via plastic bag suffocation by Moxley. And then he tanked their fucking ratings and no one said shit about that. And now we're crying because Cena didn't. I can't believe the IWC. And I'm talking like the reason I'm saying the IWC is because the mainstream, nobody cares. The IWC, you see the same accounts who like didn't say shit about Danielson being, what's that game Rockstar made, Manhunt or whatever, where you could, it was so brutal and vicious. No one cried about him getting manhunted or whatever and talked about how, oh, the hero lost. They just went, ha ha, EW. Now it's WWE. And people, it's not even a haha WWE because you can't argue at the whole event was an A+. And then at the end, they tried to get heat. They gave you shit to cheer about the whole show. And then at the end, they go, we're going to get big heat here. Everyone's crying. Everyone's crying like they've never watched pro wrestling a day in their life. And I just said, I don't know what more anyone could have asked for. A speech. Not even a speech. Guys, he went on the world's biggest podcast leading up to this shit. He went on Chris Van Vliet. He went on fucking McAfee, this show, that. He went on every major fucking, all we've done is hear him talk, yap, speech. You guys don't care about a speech. You're being crybabies. And it's that simple. If he wanted to do a speech, he would have did a speech. WWE didn't let it. He could have just grabbed a mic and did a speech. He didn't want to do that. Why do you know what he wants in his life better than him? You don't. I promise you don't. He's probably at a loss for words. And it's like we had roller coasters. That match was an emotional roller coaster. We had ups, downs, new faces, old stars, exciting flippy matches, great psychology, fucking false finish city. Joe Hendry appearance, The Miz doing some shit. The Miz always pops up and does an excellent segment, like with Snoop Dogg or fucking Joe Hendry or whatever. He pops up. He always is in and around some dope shit, like memorable nights, and memorable moments. We got that shit with Joe Hendry. What more could anyone have asked for? Oh, like did maybe a table spot? Oh, that would have been fun, I guess. I think we got that, though. We got that with Cena and the announce table. So it's like, what else? No speech? Like, could you fuck? And I love Raj, but it's like, we cry. Could we literally just invent and reach any harder? You know what I mean? Your fucking fingernails are breaking off, scraping the fucking bottom of the barrel that hard. You're getting slivers now. A speech. Ah, shit. I just think that's funny, dude. So then again, Wrestling News Co. and these UK fucking just the usual suspects. Triple H booed after the finish of John Cena versus Gunther at WWE Saturday Night. That's the takeaway, dude. Triple H was booed. The rats just fucking running. So here is Gunther. The fans boo and yell, "Fuck you, Gunther," as he exits the arena. And I said, "Pro wrestling been back." And it's so funny too, because so many of these old, like Disco Inferno, old podcasters. Okay. Obviously I'm joking. I'm not going to start stealing Dave's vernacular, but these
sure
older,
thing, bro. Sure thing.
Where's my Meltzer Inferno? But guys like Disco
Learn,
and shit.
baby, learn. Meltzer Inferno.
And I'm sure I could come up with other names, but that's just who's sticking out to me. They all talk about like wrestlers have no heat anymore. And Disco's been said that like wrestlers have no heat. And he said like, the way you punch someone and shit. Like I throw better working punches. You gotta get heat with your punches and shit. I'm fairly certain I've heard him go on tangents about shit like that. And I don't mean to just single him out, right? But just other people in general, some of these old school podcast guys, these wrestlers have no heat anymore. We've heard that so many times. You'd think they would all be like, oh, this is real heat. Once again, real heat. And they're following Gunther to his car like, fuck you and shit. They had extra security. And then some people are coping. Anyone who wrestled Cena would need extra security that night. It's like A-list actor shit. You shut up. It's fucking cope. Yes, we understand that aspect, but they want his head on a fucking stake. When's the last time anyone's had heat like this? And even Dom has heat like that, but it's like, oh, we love to boo this guy. Gunther is like, if he was walking alone, bro, some shit would have happened. If Dom's walking alone, the people who are booing him in the arena are trying to take pictures with him outside the arena. That's the difference. It's like, we love to hate this guy. With Gunther, it's like, I promise someone would have started some shit with him. In DC, Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Some shit would have popped off. You had to roll the fucking National Guard out to clean up the streets after this Gunther riot. No.
Fuck you! Fuck you, Gunther! Fuck you, Gunther! Fuck you, Gunther! Fuck at it! Fuck you!
So now they're yelling, "Get the fuck out of here. This is New York. You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. So go.
Sure thing, bro. Sure thing.
Gunther! Fuck you, Gunther! You suck, Gunther!
Dude, are you telling me if that guy wasn't alone, they'd have ran the bus? You know, like that's heat, bro. We don't get shit like that anymore. And that's why Cena did it. And like, I'm just happy as a fan. I go, yes, Gunther, the heat. So Disco says Cena Gunther should have been Survivor Series. Dom Cena should have been tonight. And I like Disco, but like, God damn it, what a bad take. Cena Gunther should have been Survivor Series. Dom Cena should have been tonight. Finish would have come across a million times better. No, bro. Tonight wouldn't have been tonight if his retirement wasn't tonight, though. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't have mattered. And so you had accounts posting, there were AEW chants. No, there were 7 marks. And remember when everyone, all the dirt sheet media and Dave Meltzer and Bryan, and they're already flip-flopping on this shit. But you remember how they're all like, oh, Triple H doesn't want to face the music, and so he stopped doing these press conferences this way. Meanwhile, he's in front of the fans. They're chanting AEW and Edge at him and shit. But there was literally 7 marks who yell it for half a second.
His sort of farewell run for this year.
A millisecond of 2 marks yelling AEW. And somehow that's a sicko victory. You know, I just
Dummy. Yeah.
and then I posted this IWC when Gunther retires Orton and Styles too. So yeah, here's Bryan Alvarez. And then you're seeing bots online like, I was there. It was very loud chants. There's piping in fake noise. Okay. Fucking always conspiracy theory sickos, dude. It's like, no.
I think people are thinking that Triple H made a call and like John Cena maybe didn't want to do it or whatever.
So here's Bryan, and I don't even have time for these motherfuckers. These guys are just flip-flopping hard the last like couple week. Bryan and Dave, man, it's been embarrassing.
I mean, that didn't happen. Yeah. You know, John Cena, I'm sure, wanted to lose.
Yeah.
But Triple H did not stop him. He did not say no. I'm not going to let you do that.
At the end of the day, it was Paul's decision, and
but at the end of the day, Bryan, it is Triple H's decision. Yeah, it is, dude. Until you don't want it to be Dave, then you say it's John calling the shots, and then you say it's fucking. Just shut up.
If people are mad, that's who you boo.
That's who you boo. Do you see what he's doing? He's galvanizing. He's like dog whistling sickos to be like, well, you boo him. Don't boo Cena. Boo him. And that's who they all booed. And it's like, okay, guy, we get it. You don't like Paul and you don't like WWE, Dave.
When I watched the whole thing, when I watched it go down and everything, if you watch the crowd, people didn't leave. They watched the video. They watched him leave. It was very emotional. I think they got what they came for. They didn't come for, at the end of the day, they didn't come for a win or a loss. And I think the announcers played up the Gunther win really well. I would not have done it. I don't think it's...
I would not have done it, Dave. Who cares what you'd have done? Everything you'd have done is what AEW does, and they are in the fucking shits right now. And we know that. We've seen that, okay? We already know this. We've seen it play out, what you would have done, and it doesn't work at all. This at least worked. You know how we know? Because everybody got worked, and everybody's talking about it still. Jesus Christ.
Like, I mean, I heard that there were chants, like I guess when the post show there were chants of AEW or something. So that's probably not the best thing in the world. But
they chanted.
There was some oh yeah, and then Bryan just lying. Oh yeah,
Bryan.
A half-second clip. It was me and my cousin. We were yelling
For AEW, they chanted "You fucked up." At Triple H, they booed him every single.
When has there not been the authority figure is the person who's hated in WWE? Or in like the hottest eras of pro wrestling, essentially. Like either Vince is the villain or Triple H is the villain or the authority's the villain or Eric Bischoff's the villain.
Single time they showed him on the big screen, just booed this guy.
Maybe Paul Heyman was beloved in ECW, but like he has one of one swagger. Paul Heyman's like a one of one. He's the exception outlier in many facets in pro wrestling, right? In many regard in pro wrestling.
Out of the building.
When it comes to pro wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, they were not happy with that decision. And Cena hears the chant of fuck Triple H, and he actually gets up and he looks around and he goes, I did it. I'm sorry. And of course, no one gives a shit what he says or mad at Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know. And I just wrote 7 marks yelled AEW for half a second. The IWC is brain rotted because of old motherfuckers like this. I promise you. And it's the truth. And we'll explain that as we go along. So yeah, Lob City Leo at Lob City Gimmick posted this brilliant fucking MF's mad about Cena's retirement. Meanwhile, praise how Danielson's retirement. This is how Danielson went out. Everyone forgets, dude. This is in, I think, 24, right? And then think about they lost like 20% of their audience or 18% of their audience or whatever since then. Think about that shit. No one cared. You didn't hear Conrad comparing it to Sting's shit, or maybe he did. You didn't hear fucking, oh, come on now, Phil. We're going to get to Conrad. You didn't hear fucking any of the sickos going, oh, a speech. What about a speech? You didn't hear any fucking, you didn't hear anything about it. You just lost a bunch of viewers. And if that happens to WWE, okay, then they fucked up. And I'll be the first to call it out. You guys know that. But as of now, it's like, Shayna Baszler says, what if I told you that tapping is not always giving up? Again, she would know. And then here's Dave's assessment. And then I'll check in with chat. Then we'll do some other shit. Oh, we'll finish this. I want to finish scrolling my timeline. This is fun. So I just quote to you, I was like, the way this Muppet explains shit that doesn't need to be said, it sends me. It always does. One of my favorite things Dave does is he fucking like tries to explain shit. Well, the idea obviously is that it's like, yes, that goes without saying. Everyone understands, like, you beat the guy leaving, right? Like, we don't need the idea, of course, obviously, was he's trying to explain it like he thought of the idea himself.
The idea obviously is
like he booked it.
He's leaving. Let's make a star out of Gunther. Let's make him a bigger star.
Which is funny because he's already a gigantic star.
Well, he's
multi-time world champion.
Yeah, but he can always be bigger.
Retired Goldberg already.
Yeah, but he's not. I mean, he's
retired Goldberg already. So he retired Cena, and then he retires Orton. Like, what are you going to cry about that too?
But he's not. He's not Cody. He's not Punk. He's not a mover at that level.
He's not a mover at that level.
And they want to make him. They want to make him. I don't want to say Roman Reigns, but I mean, they'd love to make him Roman Reigns if they could. I don't. But he's not Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they'd love 100 Roman Reigns. Everyone would, dude. You got to make people. How do you make people if you don't take chances on people? It's fucking insane.
And they want him to be
insane how people are.
They saw him as the guy.
Gunther? What? Yes. He's retiring guys
that they can take and obviously build and make.
But Jay beat him. Yes, Jay's their most over baby face like 6 months ago, moving all the fucking merch. Technically, Punk. You get it. Jay is a new guy. It's a new commodity. Gunther, they will get there, dude.
Even bigger. So he was the choice. And, will it work out at the end? I mean, I think he's bigger for it.
Okay, based Meltzer there. I think he's bigger for it, but let me just pucker my lips because fuck WWE. It's like, what is the but? He's bigger for it. Right there, period.
But whatever. I mean,
whatever.
I
It was
didn't-
nothing. Pro wrestling's nothing. I don't even care. I'm not even enthused to talk about that shit.
I didn't have as big a problem with it as I thought I would, because I think that the way they handled the post, it was really well done. It was a really well done show.
Yeah, well, Dave gets it. Fucking sickos. No. It's just funny how he explains shit that doesn't need to be explained. Like he added nothing to any conversation there. So Brian R. Sullivan says, remember when George the Animal Steel beat Bruno Sammartino in Sammartino's retirement match in 81? Oh, wait. And then I wrote 45 fucking years ago. Triple H's thought says, if you can watch this and don't think the right guy won, then you'll never get it. And I just wrote, it's just conveniently being ignored. All the back in my day guys have preached on nobody has heat anymore. Here's your heat. And then, yeah, here's this sicko. A speech. A fucking speech. Phil, they could have did a fucking speech. Did you watch Collision or something, baby boy? So moving along here. Actually, no, I think I did want that for this. Well, whatever. We covered it here. Fuck it. When am I going to dwell on this redact? People are just mad because the people in the building paid a lot and they just wanted to go 1, 2, 3 with Cena one last time. But it's like, it's not pro wrestling. That's something else. It's the same thing when people go, oh, I remember movies where, oh, you mean WWE is like McDonald's. And then people are doing that. Oh, in Avengers movies, the heroes always win. It's not an Avengers movie. It's not McDonald's. It's not Taylor Swift. It's not Wagyu beef. It's fucking pro wrestling. We got to stop this. Whatever the fuck this cope you motherfuckers do, dude. On every side, the wackos and the sickos. No, it's pro wrestling. Not every night's you're gonna go home happy. So here is another funny clip. This is just a random like Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week that I guess. Well, hold on. Did we just listen?
In fact,
oh yeah. So let's play another flute. I guess this is like a Dave Meltzer dumb moment of the week. I guess in this member show.
At the end of the day, Gunther beat John Cena in his final match, which I guess really when you think about it is not that surprising because I'm sure that John Cena probably wanted to lose on his way out.
I'm sure he did. They just didn't. You know, the difference is
listen to how like uninteresting or uninterested these guys are, and Bryan Alvarez is in even talking about this shit. One of the GOATs. You sat there and got to watch on the Mount Rushmore, Cena, Hogan, Rock, Austin, whatever your Mount Rushmore is. He's on it, on like the vast majority of people's Mount Rushmores, right? This guy, it's his last match, and he's just, and I guess, I guess this thing happened. And then Dave's sitting there puckering his lips, and well, whatever. I mean, it's whatever. Who cares? It's and you guys wonder why you're doing $14.99 minus 50% off. Fucking fire sales for the Observer. You guys wonder why you don't even care. Like, how uninteresting is this show?
That he didn't have the Young Bucks and Tony Khan saying you're not doing it.
He didn't have. Did this motherfucker really just bring up the best
guys, Tony Khan?
I'm sure he did. They just didn't. You know, the difference is that he didn't have the Young Bucks and Tony Khan saying you're not doing it.
Well,
I mean, that's what it was. I mean, you know, it's a different.
Trying to see, like, this is what he's doing. So he's making it about, well, Tony Khan and the Young Bucks are just better bookers because this one thing where we worked a bunch of people into getting a bunch of heat, which the Bucks could never do. Tony Khan's never booked anyone to have this much heat, ever. Could never do it. And Dave's going to spin it. He didn't have the Bucks and Tony Khan. Like Cena would even listen to that fucking mark. Like Cena would even listen to those.
Are you sure about that?
And that's what Dave's going to do. Well, Tony Khan would have told him not to do it. Bro, he suffocated Danielson with a plastic bag. And you retards are not bringing that up at all. It's fucking crazy. This is complete and utter brain rot. Old mush-brained fucking Meltzer bullshit, dude.
You know, it's a different philosophy. I'll say this. When
it's a different philosophy.
He lost, I thought that
it's a different philosophy. One that draws money and gets heat, one that doesn't. Dave's going to sit here and talk about fucking Tony Khan and the Young Bucks would have told him not to do it. Do you see what he's doing? He's trying to make it out like, well, they're better bookers. It's insane, man. It's such fucking delusion.
It was
and
not
then
what I would.
Stupid people, dumb people are listening to Dave and then like, oh yeah, and then they're gonna go parrot this dumb shit.
No,
I don't.
It's not even that he lost, but the end of the match was Gunther putting him in a choke, and he didn't go out. He gave up.
He tapped.
After all of those years, never give up, and all of that merchandise.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, he gave up. In a million years, I wouldn't have done that finish.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either. But you know what? Very emotional, very well done. Left his tennis shoes in the ring, left his wristbands in the ring, and all that. There was like a bullshit chant for a little while. And
I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I know. You would just tank a fucking multi-billion-dollar, like a multi-billionaire's company. So I quote tweeted this as well, and I said the AEW audience is skewing older now too. Just ask Dave Meltzer this week. This shit ain't a coincidence. Like, just no one cares about fucking AEW right now. Let's be honest. Like, the saddest shit are sickos. This is what I tweeted out. The saddest shit are sickos who think they took some sort of moral victory after Cena's last match. It's legitimately so depressing to see this many WWE fans pretending they aren't because of some dumb shit Meltzer and TK and some of these wrestlers working them put in their heads. This guy said, El Plethora said, I think the Sting retirement match broke people's brains. Sometimes you just need to choke out these old folks and send them packing. And I wrote, Sting cleared out 50% of the roster, didn't put anyone over, and his retirement was Darby doing sicko shit. It doesn't rate in comparison. Just doesn't even rate. Like, I wrote, Bryan Danielson was retired via being suffocated with a plastic bag by John Moxley, who then went on to lose 20% of AEW's audience over the course of the year. You think people would be way more pissed about that? This guy who works for Pat McAfee was like, thanks for ruining the fucking GOAT's last run, WWE. Hope the business fucking fails. And then blocked them. And he's like Pat McAfee's graphic designer. Just like, yeah, this is amateur hour. I'm sure Pat McAfee would appreciate you saying that. And then here's like RJ City again, like him and Mike Bailey making fun of like
and then I'm
WWE. And I just quote tweeted this and I'm like, holy fuck, this shit is so cringe. Get over it in yourselves. Nobody gives a fuck. Deal with it. Like, nobody cares. Your fucking show's gone. Ricochet goes, I'm going to take a chapter out of everyone else's book, and I think I'm going to start a podcast so I can just spew shit out of my mouth like it's the truth. And I just went, nobody will watch. Wrestler podcasts are boring. Oh, my God. I was feeling myself. It's just, I'm sorry, but all the wrestler pods, too, like Jeff Jarrett and everybody, they're, Cena, they should have fucking, man, shut up. Shut the fuck up, you know? Wrestle Talk. They post fucking a quote from Meltzer, and Meltzer goes, those matches, it just felt like they were not serious matches. They were just kind of there. You can see they're behind Sol Ruca. They're behind all of them, even Javon and Leon. Even though they lost quick, it's very clear that they see them as big stars. And then I just wrote, if it were an 8-man with 500K on the line randomly, he'd get it, though. So Triple H says tonight, it's the first Raw of a new era. And my response was, it'll just be the same thing. But yes, I do get excited for Raw every Monday regardless. But Raj Giri says Jeff Jarrett gets it. And Jeff Jarrett goes, I love watching movies when the superhero gets destroyed in the final scene and then dies. And then I go, I love Raj, but this 3-day-long cope session has got to end. Jeff Jarrett watched Danielson get retired by being suffocated with a bag. Again, I've repeated, people were following Gunther to his vehicle and shit. Now, Conrad Thompson was like, oh, come on now, Phil, that's not very fair. And he responded, I think, to this one. He said, I don't know if you knew this, but Jeff works for AEW. And I quote tweeted Conrad, and I'm like, that's exactly why I brought it up. Like, what the fuck is Conrad even saying to me here? I don't get it. And shout out Conrad.
Oh, come on now, Eric.
What is he even saying here? I don't know if you knew. Oh, come on now, Phil, that's not very fair. I don't. AEW. Chat. Jeff Jarrett working for AEW. Yeah, I know. That's why I brought up Danielson. He didn't say shit. Not that I expect him to. He works there, which maybe that's what Conrad's getting at, which, okay, fair enough. Like, he works there, so I don't expect the boys to bury the company they were. You know what I'm saying? I know. That's why I said it. That's why I said it, bro. I don't know what Conrad thinking he could, and 28 people liked it. I know. So it is what. Oh, come on now, Eric. That's not very fair. Yeah, but WWE is charging big bucks for their live events, and okay, this take is astronomically bad. For big bucks for their live events, and the average ticket price for this was $867. This was an epic fail on reading the room of what the narrative would be coming out of this. No. And I responded and said, on the internet, where else it's over and made major headlines. If we go based on this, no heels can ever win in front of a live crowd ever, and that's stupid. You know, like, if we go by this, well, they paid big money to see him win. People pay big money to see Patrick Mahomes, who fucking blows his ACL and misses the playoffs or whatever. Like, people paid big money to see to go to Florida and watch the Oilers win the game, and they fucking choked. You know what I mean? Like, last season in the playoffs, to watch Connor McDavid, the new Sidney Crosby, the new Wayne Gretzky, and he fucking choked again. Like, yeah, I don't know what people expect, bro. It's pro wrestling. That's part of it, bro. There's going to be a winner and a loser. So I just think that's the worst take ever. I did respond to Conrad, though. Whatever, we'll get to it. But Ariel Helwani, he gave like a 9-minute long thing. And he goes, no one wanted to see John Cena go out like that. And to suggest it's a time-honored tradition for him to do the job is such a thing of the past. No, Ariel. Or like, okay, maybe so far in the past that, not, like, man, Ariel, we got a list of motherfuckers. Terrible, terrible take. I wrote, all you marks need to understand is what John Cena wanted. You don't know better than him, period. And yes, I'm calling people marks. Takes one to know one. Exactly. That's why I'm calling you guys marks. Here's the thing. We can go through the list. The Rock won his last match. Stone Cold won his last match. Fucking Triple H and HBK won their last matches. I don't know if you guys can hear the what's. Fucking StreamYard sucks balls. Undertaker won his last match. Bruno Sammartino won his last match. Someone even pointed out, like, Luthez went to a draw in his last match on Twitter. Someone tried to own me by saying everyone wins their last matches. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly my point. That's why fucking Cena, and I made that same point earlier. Everybody's been Ric Flair had a whole event to win his last match. Hogan won his last match. Sting won his last match. Everyone wins their last matches. What are we talking about? This was the different thing to do. To be like, oh, it's an old take to say you should. No, it's not. Okay, it's a very old take to where we've gotten so far removed from it where no one does it anymore. And if you're talking about like the 1800s, the 1890s people, it was the time on it. Okay. But like now that doesn't happen anymore. So let's go back to that, because the old and played out thing to do is have the person win their fucking final match again. Like, everybody's done a babillion fucking times. So just more Dave bullshit. So this guy here, Connor Sawyer, he goes, damn, Roman was right. Y'all really only like missionary every single time. Having every legend lose in their retirement match is boring as fuck. Name one that's lost every time. Every time a legend loses, name one. Name one. Chat, name one now. I can't even think of one. Who doesn't win their first match? Or their first match. Everybody who doesn't win their last match. I'm retarded. Sorry. I'm going off too much here. Who? Name people. I can't even think of it. The Dudleys didn't win their last. Okay. All right. There's one. There's a tag team scenario. I don't know if that counts, but like, who the fuck doesn't lay down on their way or who has laid down on their way out in the modern era, at least? Dating back to Flair, Hogan, all these fucking guys. Goldberg, he lost. Goldberg lost his last match. Goldberg. There you go. He did the right thing. Shout out Goldberg. You know what I'm saying? It's like a recent thing that Triple H is bringing back. And it's like a time-honored thing. It's like it fits with Gunther's character and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can name one. Goldberg. The Dudleys. Okay, I'll give you guys those ones. I can name way more of the goats too. You want to talk goats? Was Goldberg a goat the way Cena was? I don't know, man. Did Muta lose his last one? I don't think so. And this is the thing too. Tanahashi's gonna lose his last one, and they sold like fucking 50K at the Tokyo Dome or some shit. I'm pretty sure they did like 40K tickets sold for this Wrestle Kingdom show. Tanahashi's gonna lose to Okada. He's gonna lose to Okada. Are people gonna cry about that? So I just think that it's like I just responded to this guy. Only a virgin would say some shit like this. And I just said that because he brought up the missionary thing. It's like, bro, that's just a cringe thing to say. And I just wrote, name any other legend in recent history who lost their match and walked away. Hogan, Sting, Flair, HBK, Triple H all won their last matches, even Undertaker, Austin Rock, all the goats, man. All the goats. You want to talk about who are the goats? I just listed them right there. Goldberg. Okay. Hey, he is, to me, one of the coolest. I was such a Goldberg mark, especially as a kid. He was so fucking cool, but like, does he rate compared to Hogan, Flair, Cena? I just Stone Cold. I just don't think he's up there, but okay. And props to round of applause. Goldberg did the right thing. Round of applause. Round of applause, Dudleys. You did the right thing. The Hardys are beloved. Do you think they don't lay down? Like, come on. And then this guy goes, Daniel Bryan never had the motto, never get suffocated with a plastic bag. And I just go, this is an incredibly dumb response. Undertaker's catchphrase was, you will rest in peace. He never murdered anybody. Like, okay, so now catchphrases are real. So now that's real stuff. But look, dude. Oh, come on, Eric. Come on now, Eric. I liked and retweeted it. Oh, come on, Eric. Oh, this guy tried to hit him with a come on now, Eric. He gave us a fucking if anything, this whole thing was worth it just to see Conrad tweet out. Oh,
come on now, Eric.
If anything, this whole fucking Cena losing debacle was worth it for the tweet from Conrad the mortgage guy, dude. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. And then this guy says, common sense takes most agree. Common sense take most agree. No. You're online too much. Crowd reacted like it did for a reason. Complete swing and a miss. Complete swing and a miss? You're still talking about it. Yeah, but we're talking about how bad it was. So you mean to tell me that match was bad? No, it wasn't. Yeah, but like the rest of the show was bad. No, it wasn't. Yeah, but like, okay, well, the finish was bad. Okay, but then what happened? Cena stood up and then everyone clapped and he took his shoes off and then he watched a package and walked. So he was going to do that whether he won or lost. So what, just the one moment you're crying about? And I just wrote, no, most internet dwellers agree. Outside in the real world, nobody gives a fuck. Common sense is Cena's going to do what he wants, and he wanted to do this. Common sense is pro wrestling fans are fickle, and if they knew better, they'd be booking the shit and not just watching it. Crowd reacted that way because they paid insane amounts for tickets and wanted to yell 1, 2, 3 with Cena one last time. They're also, and listen to this, this is the biggest thing everyone's leaving out. They're also the casuals that everyone tries to diminish. Not this many people are talking about wrestling either. Go on your Twitter. Look at the tweets and the numbers my shit's putting up. Look at what's happening. People are still talking about this, even the casuals. And yeah, the IWC likes to say those aren't real fans anyway. So now you all agree with all the sickos agree with the people they gatekeep from wrestling 24/7. Now, all of a sudden, how fucking funny is that? And I just wrote, Gunther has a ton of real heat in a way that nobody gets anymore. That's common sense. And I just wrote, this app is cooked, whatever. But yeah, Conrad, I'm like, that's precisely why I brought it up. 6 weeks of no UFC. Fuck. And then, yeah, this motherfucker is like, AEW Guardian, bro. There's a new AEW Guardian. Like, Tony, like, that's worked so well. All these fucking sickos. Yeah, that's really worked well for you guys, huh? But AEW Dynasty is going to be in Vancouver there, bud. And then he goes, AEW going international continues changing the world of professional wrestling. And then Jason G's like, having a show in Canada is changing the world of professional wrestling. And I'm like, when you're right, dude. And it's true. Like, AEW didn't invent Canada there, buddy. But yeah, this guy tried to own me. He gave even more names. He just owned himself. He's like, this is wrong. Bruno Hogan, Undertaker, Austin Rock, Inoki El Santo, Sting, Warrior, Gagne, Lawler, and others won their last match. Listen to that list of names again. Inoki El Santo, so even outside of WWE. Inoki El Santo, Sting, Warrior, Gagne, Lawler, all. Lou Thesz's last match went to a draw. You're a rookie who watched too many documentaries produced by WWE. It's like, no, you just made my point, retard. You made my point for me. This is precisely my point, right? And I quote tweeted this. I was like, this is exactly my argument. Everyone wins their last match. We got motherfuckers saying losing your last match is an old way of doing things. Name one person who didn't win their last match. So this guy thought he was owning me and telling me. It was funny too. I had a clip drop today on Twitter. I get people telling me I'm MAGA, and then in YouTube comments, people tell me I have Trump derangement syndrome. I think Politobros are just cooked. I think that's what it is. You know what I mean? I dropped a clip today. The comments are like, you have TDS. It's like, what the fuck? People say I'm MAGA on Twitter. So which is it? Yeah, I don't get it. I think I've made it pretty clear. Politicians are just trying to steal our money across the board. I don't fucking like any of them. But Bryan, though, he just like lies. This is just a lying Bryan lying again. He's just lying repeatedly. Bryan. And let's listen to what he has to say here.
All right. Well, the whole point of this is to get Gunther over as the killer, blah, blah. I'm not stupid, obviously, okay? But first off, when the match started, the fans were chanting, F you, Gunther. And Gunther had tremendous heat before anything even happened.
And just weeks ago, he was getting cheered. Actually.
Okay, but the point is he's already over.
I know.
He's already a star. He's already a killer.
Right. So then they give it to Javon Evans, and then people cry harder because it's not someone like Gunther. This is what I mean. Okay, then who does Cena beat? And then you will all cry and say, oh, he should have put over. Why won't they push Javon Evans? That's what Bryan will cry about. So who's it supposed to be? Now, if it was Obafemi, I maybe would have did like an Obafemi or something. Like I could totally understand if you want to say, look, man, maybe Braun Breaker or something. All right. I mean, we can have, that's the debate. Was Gunther the right guy? I'm willing to hear that debate all day. Who then? Who? So who does he beat and how does that help? No one's making a compelling argument. They're just crying about because the crowd was like, what? And got shocked by it. Which it's hard to shock wrestling fans anymore, which that's what we've been all praising and talking about. It's hard to shock wrestling fans. They're figuring out ways to do it. All of a sudden, this isn't a good way because it was bad guy wins. I don't know, man. You need bad guys to win sometimes.
Okay, so fine. They boo or whatever. So then they're doing the match, blah, blah, blah. If he would have put him in the sleeper, John Cena goes out. Yeah, you could argue, okay, now he's got a little more heat because he also retired John Cena. But as soon as John Cena gave up, the fans shifted their anger from Gunther to Triple H.
No, they were still mad. You're lying. They were still mad at Gunther, and you're just trying to change the narrative for your redacted listeners who are dwindling so that they can go online and like parrot this bullshit you're saying. Now, yes, they were mad at Hunter, but we also saw Gunther leaving and people like being ready to storm his fucking bus.
So now is Gunther the guy that people are going to be
yes, yep,
really angry at for this? No, they're angry.
No, this is just like a spin and cope.
Angry at Triple H. If John Cena would have just fallen asleep in the sleeper.
No, that doesn't work because then he has to pop up and watch the package after, oh, I just got choked out and I guess I'll just like come to and get my faculties. Nope, Cena was trying to tell you a story and he was trying to do the smile on his face. Everybody's looking over the nod he gave with the Avalanche AA. That was his last. This is it, guys. This is the last one you're getting. Thank you all. I gave it. This is my everything now. If I don't beat him with this, he's got me. It's like the story Cena wanted to tell for his character. It was ultimately Triple H's. I don't know, man. Cena's like an actor now. He's all involved in his character and all this shit. It's what he wanted to do.
You know, there are going to be some fans that were still angry that he lost. But, you know, you can...
He should have just passed out, and then he wakes up like a goof and takes his shoes off and fucking... Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The heat to Gunther or whatever. But, man, since Hunter took over, not once ever have people booed his decision.
Yes, they booed his decisions. That's not... They've booed him at press conferences, at the post conferences before, so this is a lie. Ready for another lie?
Booed him.
They have booed him. In fact, the reporters accused him of running away from fans, and now the dirt sheets are accused. And then they tried to accuse him of running away from real questions. They only do the press conferences so that fans can't boo him and shit. And then when he did the press conferences in front of the fans, he's just doing that so he doesn't get asked the real questions. Which is it? Now you're just telling multiple lies to try and like just flip-flop and like fucking fit a puzzle piece where you want it to fit when you want it to fit. You're just lying now.
Heckled his
They've heckled him. They were chanting Edge at him like a fucking week ago. About a week ago. It was like a few weeks ago they were chanting Edge at him.
Booking, heckled somebody that he chose to be a top guy.
Yeah, they've done that. They didn't heckle Gunther either. Heckling's part of wrestling. Heckling's literally whether you're cheering or booing. Fans are yelling and getting involved and inserting their signs and inserting their chants. That's heckling is a part of pro wrestling. Now, we're not talking vile heckling, but heckling is a part of the crowd participation of wrestling. So you're just like literally saying dumb shit right now.
Not one single time.
Not one single time. So you guys didn't accuse him of running away from the fans and then running away from journalists. And then now you're saying he's never been booed. Or you never said he's never gotten an AEW chant. So the headlines, I believe earlier this year at what WWE show was it where fans were chanting AEW, and this is a discussion we had before. So that never happened. Or are you just lying and trying way too hard, Bryan?
And this time they did. That tells you how bad this finish was.
No, it really doesn't, because you just lied about a bunch of things. And then said, this tells you how bad this finish was. All these lies I made up tells you that this was a bad finish. And I wrote all he's gotten is heckled and made fun of and parodied and told he's ducking journalists and fans, etc. 50% off of $14.99, please. So we just caught Bryan lying. And then Raj goes, I haven't. Oh, yeah. Raj responded. Shout out Raj. Like, I don't hate the dude. We're just. I love Raj, but this 3-day long cope session has got to end. He responded and says, I haven't mentioned anything about this since yesterday. And I just said, that's fair. And then Conrad's coping. Again, Conrad, the mortgage guy. Oh, come on now, Phil. Leave me alone
come on
already.
now, Eric.
Conrad goes, but when real Jeff Jarrett says it, he's biased and needs to sit this one out. And then because Bleacher Report graded John Cena's retirement tour an F in their review. Conrad trying to drop knowledge. You know that Jeff Jarrett works for AEW, right? You know Bleacher Report's owned by Warner Bros. And TNT Sport in particular. TNT Sports division, which apparently AEW is a part of, specifically is Bleacher Report, right? You know that, Conrad? Are we schooling each other? Who's schooling who here? Where's your response? I know Jeff Jarrett's in AEW, buddy. But Bleacher Report, we purposefully read Bleacher Report on this show because we figure at PWT, because personally, I figure they'll be more biased to talk shit on, to put AEW over more and talk shit on WWE. And I think it's more compelling that way for me to like sort of whatever. We don't really go to Bleacher Report I don't really do those reviews that way anymore. I just kind of freestyle spitball them because everybody does wrestling reviews. Every show is 2 fucking 40, 50-year-old guys reviewing wrestling, okay? So try to switch it up a bit. Although I do like reviewing some of the shows. Like today was a good review, weekend review. Sicko/match review, I guess. We could break down spot by spot, but I mean, we did that live on the watch along, So Conrad, yeah, Bleacher Report is owned by TNT Sport. That's the same thing as Jeff Jarrett having this same take. You know what I'm saying?